Dear 7th grade students, I will come back. Today we are going to read. And what do you know about reading? Reading means to comprehend what you are reading. أن تفهم ما تقرأه مش قراءة عبثية. So to read correctly, and I mean by correctly, to pronounce the words very well and to make the intonation correctly. بدنا نقرأ صح معناته بدنا نقرأ الكلمات لفظها صح معناته بدنا يكون الانتونيشن النغمة الريذم تبع السؤال سؤال تبع الاستغراب استغراب صوت الجملة صوت جملة. So, are we ready to do so? First of all, we are going to revise the previous lesson which was about vocabulary. هنروح نراجع الدرس السابق عن المفردات. So are you ready? Let's go.
Ancient. Civilization. Example. Find out. History. Machine. Pump. Radio. Think back.
Now it's my turn to read. I believe so. So, ancient, ancient, old, modern, new, civil, civilize, civilization, civil, civilize, civilization, example, sample, example, sample, find out, discover, find out, discover, history, history, machine, 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 bump, bump. Can you give me an example about pump? Can you give me an example? Shadooth. That's a good example. That's a good example. Radio. 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 Think back. Remember. Think back. Remember. Now we are going to discuss this picture. This picture is found in your book, page 4. Can you name each of the pictures? Can you name each of the picture? تقدر توصف كل صورة شو هي تحكي اسمها؟ Yes, of course. Mobile. Mobile. Smart TV. Smart TV. Radio. Radio. Shadooth. Shadooth. And we have planets. But how come planets? How come planets be a technology or technology? كيف ممكن أقول عن planets technology? Is or are planets technology? Do you think so? Let's continue. We'll come back to this issue. Now, how do the previous devices make our life easier? How do the previous devices make our life easier? كيف ممكن لهي الأجهزة تخلي حياتنا أسهل؟ Okay, for mobile phone, who can tell me? We can communicate with each other using mobile phone. Thank you very much. That's a good example. Any ideas? Any ideas? Do we have any ideas? Thank you. By mobile phone, we can text messages or we can text each other. By mobile phone, we can text each other. Very well, excellent. That's a good example. Any ideas? Do we have any ideas? By mobile phone, or let's change the start. خلينا نغير البداية. Mobile phone gives us the chance to use internet. من خلاله بنقدر نستخدم الانترنت. Using a mobile phone, we can send emails. صح؟ باستخدام الموبايل فون نقدر نرسل رسائل بريد إلكتروني. That's a good example. That's a good example. Any ideas? أفكار ثانية. We can watch YouTube or TV films or films by mobile phone. نقدر نشوف الأفلام. We can follow the latest news by mobile phone. Well done. Any ideas? Thank you. We can read stories, or we can browse our books. كتبنا نشوفها على بالموبايل. What about TV? What about TV? Any ideas? Yes. By TV, we can watch the latest updates around the world. Just like weather. نقدر نطلع على آخر أخبار العالم ومن ضمنها الطقس. And what about the radio? Yes, the same thing, I believe. What about the shadoof? We can move water using the shadoof. باستخدام الشادوف بننقل المية. And this is not planets, it is telescope. Telescope. احنا مش البلانتس هي التكنولوجي. التلسكوب اللي احنا بنشوف فيه التكنولوجي اللي بنشوف فيه البلانتس. التلسكوب هو planets. Now the second question. So the second question, say, not see, I'm sorry, say. قل. هذه سي أخطأت في كتابتها وبدناش نرجع نعدل الشريحة بنرجع من الأول لأنه. Say something special. Say something special about each device. احكي لي حاجة مميزة في كل جهاز. For example, على سبيل المثال, the mobile phone is small and we can take it everywhere. صغير وبنقدر ناخذه في كل مكان. Okay, now your turn to tell me what is special about TV, what is special about radio, what is special about shadoof, and what is special about telescope. Now, let's see the next question. Name a device that you use in your life and tell how does it make your life easier. بدك تقول لي بس عن نوع من الأجهزة في البيت بتستخدمه كيف بخلي حياتك سهل. Now is your turn. Ask your mother, especially your mother. اسأل والدتك هي عارفة كويس. Now is the time for reading. Now please open your book page 4 and follow the recorder. شباب رجاء افتح كتابك صفحة 4. اسمع مع التسجيل بإصبعك تبع. عيد التسجيل مرة واثنين وثلاثة أهم من صوتي أنا. التسجيل عشان نتدرب على الاستماع يا شباب. So are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go.
The children are having a lesson about technology. People have used technology to change the world. Can you give me any examples?
Mobile phones. They have made communication much easier.
That's a good example. Thank you, Heba. Now, let's think about our history. What has happened to change what we do.
Radio and TV are important for communication.
Well done, Firaz. But let's think back to ancient civilization. Any ideas?
I saw a TV program about ancient Egypt. They moved water from the river to their farms.
That's right. They had a very simple machine to move water. It was a pump. That was more than 4,000 years ago. Today, we still use a pump to do the same job. Now let's think about the future. What will technology do to change the future? What can you tell us, Salim?
My father is a scientist. He says we will find out there are people on other planets.
Really? Who agrees with Salim's father?
Okay, now it's my turn to read. So follow me up, please. The children are having a lesson about technology. الأولاد الآن عندهم درس، بيأخذوا درس حول التكنولوجيا. People have used technology to change the world. Can you give me any examples? استخدم الناس التكنولوجيا لتغيير وجه العالم. أيمكنكم أن تعطوني أمثلة؟ هذه الجملة Can you give me any examples مهمة جدا وبتلزمنا في حياتنا. Can you give me any examples؟ أيمكنكم أن تعطوني أي أمثلة؟ Mobile phones. They have made communication much easier. الهواتف المحمولة لقد جعلت التواصل أكثر سهولة. That's a good example. يا له من مثال رائع. وهي الجملة That's a good example مهمة جدا. هذا مثال رائع يا هبة. Now let's think back. Now let's think about our history. فلنفكر في تاريخنا. What has happened to change what we do? ما الذي حدث ليغير ما نفعله؟ Radio and TV are important for communication. الراديو والتلفزيون مهمات للتواصل. طبعا هذا الكتاب معمول من قبل 10 سنوات، وكان أيام الراديو والتلفزيون مهمات للتواصل. اليوم الراديو والتلفزيونات ليست بتلك الأهمية. أكثر أهمية الجوال، مش هيك؟ Well done, Firas. But let's think back to ancient civilization. Any ideas? لكن خلونا نتذكر الحضارات القديمة. Any ideas؟ أي أفكار؟ برضو هاي الجملة مهمة يا شباب. I saw a TV program about ancient Egypt. أنا شفت برنامج تلفزيوني عن مصر القديمة. They moved water from a river to the farms. لقد نقلوا الماء من النهر إلى مزارعهم. نعيد قراءة أفضل من هيك. The children are having lesson about technology. Teacher بقول People have used technology to change the world. Can you give me any examples? Mobile phones. They have made communication much easier. That's a good example. Thank you, Hiba. Now let's think about our history. What has happened to change what we do? Radio and TV are important for communication. Well done, Firas. But let's think back to ancient civilization. Any ideas? I saw a TV program about ancient Egypt. they moved water from the river to the farms. Now let's continue. Okay, let's continue. Now here, teacher says, that's right. They had a very simple machine to move water. لقد كان هذا صحيح. انتبهوا لي على that's right. هذا صحيح مهم. لقد كان لديهم آلة بسيطة لنقل الماء. It was a pump. لقد كانت المضخة. شو هي المضخة يا شباب؟ شادوف. Thank you very much. That was more than 4,000 years ago. لقد كان ذلك منذ أكثر من 4,000 عام قضت. Today we still use the pump to do the same job. اليوم نحن نستخدم المضخة لتؤدي نفس العمل. Now let's think back. Now let's think about the future. دعونا نفكر في المستقبل. What will technology do to change the future? ماذا يمكن للتكنولوجيا أن تفعل لتغيير المستقبل؟ What can you tell us, سليم؟ شو بتقدر تحكي لنا يا سليم؟ My father is a scientist. فسليم سلخنا في الجو العالي، ضربنا صاروخ. My father is a scientist. أبوه عالم. He says we'll find out there are people on other planets. يقول لسوف نكتشف أن هناك أناسا آخرين على الكواكب الأخرى. Really? جد? Who agrees with Salim's father? من يوافق مع والد سليم؟ That's right. They had a very simple machine to move water. It was a pump. That was more than 4,000 years ago. Today we still use a pump to do the same job. Now let's think about the future. What will technology do to change the future? What can you tell us, Salim? My father is a scientist. He says we'll find out there are people on other planets. Really? Who agrees with Salim's father? Thank you very much. Now I believe we have these questions, page 5. How did Huda learn about ancient Egypt? How long ago was the ancient civilization of Egypt? What does Salim's father think we will find out in the future? Do you agree with Salim's father? What other examples of things that change the world can you think of? هدول بجاوبهم على الدفتر إذا أردت أن تحضر. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.